Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Hey, this is the Big Bang Radio Show slash podcast. I gave y'all a couple of things over the last month or so, from music to relaxation to just be talking shit and telling the truth. And I'm just bear with me as I try to figure this out, man. And I appreciate all those who listening and helping me out of this thing and promoting it. Um, Today has been kind of rough for me. I'm also going to use this podcast just like what's those sessions, man? Those sessions you laying on the couch or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I can kick it with y'all like that. Uh, is anybody want to be left alone? I mean, seriously. Does anybody truly want to be just left alone? I won't be left alone. I want to be left alone. I'm going to say this respectfully. And I was one of the people that caught COVID at the end game. So, like, I was blessed to get it at a time where they knew what to do and how to treat you. You just didn't die. But, man, okay, first let me say this. I didn't even know when COVID hit. I was just driving to work, I think one day, 2 days, and about the third day I realized 'cause I wasn't into the news. I didn't keep up with it. And nobody was on the road. Nobody was on the road barely. Nobody was on the road. It just like the traffic just started dying down, man. And I worked I worked the day shift. No, yeah, I worked the day shift when this was happening. So when I would go into work, I would, I don't know why I was so out of touch, but I was so out of touch during 8 o'clock. I didn't even realize that other people weren't on the road with me. That's just how this has. Excuse me. That's just out of so far out of touch I was with reality. Was that I was driving to work and didn't even care that nobody was on the road with me. So, and if you're from the state of Michigan, I was on Woodward. So just imagine being on Woodward and out of 4 lanes, is that 4 lanes or five? Maybe 5 lanes on Woodward. I'm traveling north and like it's me and like maybe two other cars. And then on the south side, going towards the city of Detroit, there's like maybe 5 to 6 cars in passing. I'm not even realizing what's going on. I mean, that's just how blanked out I was. I get to work, nobody's talking about it at work. And so then I go talk to the fellas and I'm saying, hey, you guys all right? Everybody okay? And they was like, you know, no. And they was telling me how everything was going. Like, this COVID thing, and we got to wear a mask and this, that, and the other. And I was just like, COVID. Like the only thing that had me like in a spiral was that the NBA was talking about playing in bubbles. So then that kind of like had me what playing in bubbles? What's going on? That's like when I caught up. So if you can get the time frame together of the NBA talking about they going to bubbles and all that type of stuff, that's around the time I started turning on the news and I'm checking out everything. Thank God nobody in my family other than me and my sister caught it. But my sister was hers was very light. When she caught it, she just stayed in her room and we took care of her. When I caught it, it was like, man, oh man. When I caught it, I was fighting through it, but I had got the shot. And which was crazy because I had went to the urgent care and the urgent care said I didn't have it. Went to go get the shot, and then I had it. So I don't know what kind of conspiracy you want to put together, but that's what happened to me. And so the night I knew I had it is when I stepped outside. It was winter time. I had on a 3/4, almost full length big coat. And when I stepped outside, when the cold air hit me, it felt like I didn't even have a coat on. I didn't have clothes on, and it went straight to my balls. I'm all serious. I try to be the realest with y'all every day, and that's exactly how I felt. So then, I'm fighting through it. I'm trying to help my niece at the time go to who she also got the shot. Try to help her get her driver's license. So I'm taking her driver's classes and all this type of stuff at the time. But like my energy was depleting. I could only do things in spurts. It was real bad for me. And to the point to where it was just like I had to go and I had to drive myself to the hospital. So I was in the hospital for like 2 to 3 weeks. No, it's like 3 weeks to a month. And I just had a good support system. I really did. And but to say all that about the COVID, how everybody was acting, how people were inside, you know, the DJ D Nice had his thing going on, the YouTube and the all that just blew up so fast. Podcasting blew up tremendously. I wish I could have jumped on the boat back then, but really, no disrespect, but I loved it. Other than me catching COVID, I loved it. It was the most quietest time on earth I ever experienced. Everything was quiet. Nobody was driving around with loud sounds. Nobody was fighting. Nobody was shooting. It just sucked when you went places because everybody was like, put on a mask, put on a mask. Other than that, it was just like everybody was leaving everybody else alone. At least where I was at. The world for me going to work and coming home, because you couldn't do anything else. I stay in a nice size home. So I had things to do. I was so busy doing things that I didn't even realize that the world and people were dying. So then I'm into the news and everything. But to say all that, I loved it. And I'm sad that people died. I really do have a heart. And I could have been one of those people. I thank God. It was a night I had a real bad night where I thought I was gonna die. But God told me I wasn't. He didn't say it verbally, but I knew he was bringing me out of this. And so when you hear people say God talked to them or God, it ain't verbally like I'm talking to y'all right now, but it's a feeling. It's an assurance that you just have in your spirit and your mind where this ain't gonna happen. And I held on to it. I had a real bad night. So through the whole process, but getting back to my point, as you know, I jump off of it so hard. But man, I love that quietness. I loved it. I don't know if it's I've always been like antisocial. Me just having a podcast is weird, but I've always been antisocial with people because I had such a different upbringing. I don't want to say it was like rough, bad, but it was just different. I had loving parents and I had a loving system, but outside of that, when it came to the world and people, it was just different. It was just different. So, um, I just always stay. If I mess with you, if I fuck with you, that I do. I'm a real friend. I can say that about myself. I'm a true friend. I'm not going with the culture. I'm not going with the with whatever's going on at the moment. I'm not a fair weather friend. I'm a real friend. And I'm just antisocial with niggas I don't know or people I don't know. I'm real standoffish. I'm real standoffish. And I'm trying to open myself up as I get older. But after so many incidences where I dealt with different people. I was about to say whole ass niggas, but different people and women, and how people are being raised and how you come across more negative or uh, fake people more than ever in society. It's kind of like, man, I'd rather be by myself because clicking up with these type of people is their negativity and their wrongs will become my right. And it happens all the time. I see it in the workplace all the time. You meet somebody on the first day, after they get clicked in with people, you looking like that. You hanging with them type. I didn't know you was that type of person. And it's just like, well, I'm just trying to fit in. No, that's just who you really are. I just didn't see it. So that scares me a lot. So I don't want to say scared. I'll just say it worries me though. So if anybody's out there that likes to be alone and at peace, I understand you. Now, if you want to be left alone and then you live a life where you're bothering people or being scamming or doing all types of bullshit, no, we don't relate. You can't relate to me because you just doing shit that could be underneath the cover or the down low. Down low people are always the wicked people because what you do is trick and you conniving and you fake. You a piece of shit if you're on the down low. So I don't fuck with down lows on nothing. Women, man, down low people are a piece of shit. I don't want people to know, bitch. You are horrible. So with that being said, um, I like to be left alone. Don't get me wrong. I love people. Like I'm trying to grow this podcast. I'm trying to reach people, and maybe you can understand where I'm coming from. There's a huge world out there. It's not just Detroit and Michigan and the United States. It's a huge world out there. I traveled the world before, so I definitely know. And but if I could be in the Colorado mountains, I don't know what all is are in the Colorado mountains, but I know what I've seen on TVs and things of that nature. And man, or I could be on some. I don't want to be too hot, but I'll take winter over hot. But I just want to be someplace where I got acres of land. My neighbors can't spy on me if I want to go skinny dipping in my pool or some shit like that. My neighbors or a drone ain't over my head. If I just want to run around my property and just jog, get a good workout on. Those are the type of things that I want to do in my life at this point. And I would love to have a special someone like that to enjoy those type of things with me, a woman. So at my point in my life, that's where I want to be at. I do not want to be a part of no block club. I don't want to be a part of nothing pertaining to HOAs. I don't want to be a part of none of that type of shit. Not now. You know, I don't want to be a part of none of that shit. I just want to have a lifestyle where I got a rocking chair, a good rocking chair, to sit in, a good smoker, good barbecue grill, just that maybe that farm life. Like I said, in Colorado and the Rockies, a mountain terrain where I could just look at the tops of beautiful things that God created, sunsets and whatnot, and just enjoy what God created that's not touched by man, and not have to deal with neighbors, what they have learned or what they haven't been taught, and deal with the society of ignorance. You could even move it to a good neighborhood. I believe there's some real good neighborhoods out there with some real good neighbors of all different nationalities. But I just don't want to take the chance of what they raise, meaning their kids, their company, how they celebrate, or how they do. And then it's a challenge of who's the baddest motherfucker on the block. gets that peace of like I don't want to have to work with you to get a peace of mind. Not anymore. Not in this life. I don't want to work with anybody anymore to have a peace of mind. I don't want to have to. I just don't want to. And I don't know how many people feel this way. I don't know if you stay in an apartment right now. I don't know if you have your own home. I don't know if you don't even have a roof over your head. I don't know what's going on with you. But I know there's some people out there that wish they could possibly either move or pick up their home and go somewhere where what they've been dealing with day to day, growing their gray hair, giving them high blood pressure. It's like you have to make yourself not care about things that you should care about just to have peace of mind. You have to always considerably have to be considerable about what a person may not know or they do purposely. And it's like, damn, man, you can't pick your neighbors. So live a life where you don't have to have neighbors. I pray to God every day I could just get up and just walk away from everything that's going on with me without dying and without being poor. You know, it's so tiresome. It's so like, why I gotta teach when you get older, and I pray that a lot of you do, to really look at people and see them with wisdom. You look at them like children. Everything in my life went to, I look and put people in the aspects of children. If you work with children or you have children, you kind of can see, even when a person that they're angriest or what they're angry about from their outbursts, like this is a child. This motherfucker not pissed off. This person is having a tantrum. It's stuff. If you look at life like that, it kind of helps, but it helps you deal with how to deal with a situation. But mainly, I can't. And I don't want to just say niggas and my people, black people. I'm just saying everybody. Like, man, I'm tired of being around this shit. I'm just tired of being. I don't. I'm not tired of being. I'm not tired of living, because like I said, I've traveled the world. I've been places, and there's beautiful places just for to stay at days and weeks at a time. To get away from what you deal with every day. But I'm sick of dealing with what I deal with every day. Maybe I'm falling into depression a little bit, or maybe I just come to the realization of is that it's more I know that God can bring it all for me. And that's what I'm asking for. That's what I pray for. Because I'm so tired of all the shit I deal with. Have you ever been in a situation where you had a relief? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you've been in a situation where kind of like if you had money or you didn't have money type of situation. You know how it is to work for something and you like, man, I remember I used to have to eat ramen noodles every day, or I used to have to go get one slice of pizza, or I went to the Coney and I used to get this and that's all I could eat, for the day. And, times are tough and I used to take bottles to the store and, those days or whatever. Then a blessing came and you got a better job. You started making some more money, and the problems that you had then are not the problems that you have now. See, I don't know about you, but I don't give a fuck about them problems no more in my past. Yes, that made me, but I don't care about them. I don't want to think about them. I don't want them that shit by me no goddamn more. That's how I feel about people and things at this point in my life, man. I don't dwell on that shit no more. I don't want this shit no more. I want this to be the past. I want the future. I want the future, and a future that I know only my God can give me. You step out the house, some people got to deal with the neighbor's dog shitting on their lawn. You know what I mean? You about to go to jail because this motherfucker not doing what they supposed to be doing. It's taking care of their shit. You might live in an area where motherfuckers is barbecuing on the front porch. You might live in an area where the neighbor cars running over your grass going up in their driveway, and you actually care about your grass. You might live in an area where you in an apartment and people are parking in your parking spot that's going somewhere else. They're not even coming to the complex. They parking somewhere else. So you get off of work making your twos and fews. You can't even park in your parking spot because somebody got their friends over, or somebody, not just people that's not being respectful and using, I guess common sense or being courteous. You know what I mean? That type of shit. That's why you want to be left alone, because shit, man, you about to go to fucking jail. And then if you go to jail, then you really surrounded by motherfuckers that you don't want to be by. You surrounded by the people that at least you go home and lock the door to get away from. Now you surrounded by them. You feel like it's a no-win situation, but man, I'm telling y'all, it's a hope, it's a God, it's a Jesus, it's a Lord, it's a Holy Spirit, and just keep, like I tell myself, we got to just keeping on. We just got to keeping on, man, because I know that pressure. Trust me, every day. I'm blessed to have a job making the wages I make. And I asked God to give me a job. And when shit was bad for me. And this is what he gave me. And I'm happy for the blessing. But I know as soon as I walked in, I knew that I wasn't going to be at this place long. And I knew another blessing was going to come. So I sit and wait patiently for it. But even if I wait patiently for it, man, I still have to go through the shit I got to go through from the sun up to sun down, and even when the sun down to the next time it come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's rough. All because you're dealing with people doing dumb shit or trying to irritate you. And it's like, that's irritating me because I give a fuck, because I just care. And it's not about you cared about the person. You care about what you've been blessed with. You get what I'm saying? You irritated because somebody is messing with your blessing. And it's like, man, woman, leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. Sometimes I think we give in to stupid people just because we tired of fighting. I know what that's like too. Your exes and shit like that. You like, man, this motherfucker's parked in front of my house all night. This bitch won't leave. She not welcome. She spying on me. She doing this and that. Like, man, this shit toxic. This is wrong. Leave me alone. I know what that shit feel like. Man, I know what it feel like. I know what it feel like. And it's just like, help. Somebody help. So you get to praying, and you praying and praying. And sometimes I know what it feel like to be prayed out, where you just can't even feel like getting on your knees no more. I know what that feeling feel like. I know what it feel like. Take a breath, start a new day, start a new prayer, and keep going. But we all been at that end. I'll be at the end. I'll be at the end. I'm telling you. I'll be at the end, credits gone, screen black, and a new show about to come on. I'll be at the end too. I'll be at the end like, this motherfucker do one more thing. I mean, just one more thing. I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to lose my motherfucking mind with this bitch. I'm about to lose it. And everybody, because everybody play. everybody plays, meaning to me that nobody that's dangerous wants you to do something to them. It's only the dangerous people that want you to say, hey, I'm trying to warn you about this. This is dangerous. People that people that pretend to be dangerous, they do shit wanting you to do something to them. They're the weaker ones. It's the person with that, hey, you may think in your mind that you're going to win, but I'm coming to destroy you if this shit goes left. If this shit goes left, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy your bloodline if this shit goes left. This is because what I do will put me in jail for the rest of my life. So I'm going to continue this massacre until I feel that my family, who will be free, is safe. You understand me? Now that's a dangerous person when they get to moving like that. Okay? So I want to be left alone. I want to be left alone. And I still want to have a love for people from a distance. But nobody believes it till they find out. So if you're a person like me, you may or may not be antisocial, but you just want a bigger piece of peace. I understand. I understand wanting a bigger piece of peace, because that's exactly where I'm at right now. So I don't have any strong words of advice right now other than prayer, but that's pretty strong in itself. So like I say, if you haven't heard me before or tuned in, it's just Big Bang. I'm always praying for my listeners. I'm always praying for your peace, your safety, and your enjoyment and understanding what I'm trying to do here. And thank you. Have a good night.